Okay, before you even say a word, I know Christmas is over, but I just wanted to wear my Santa hat in the video. Is that fine? Is that okay? Okay. Cue intro. Well, it is that time of year when, any YouTuber that's into movies or really their channel is committed to movies makes their top 10 video on, their top 10 favourite movies of the year. Now, bear in mind, this is my first time. I haven't really done it before. I've watched a lot of them and enjoyed a lot of them. And seeing as I do movie reviews and trailer reactions, I was just thinking, why not? It'd be fun. And it'd be great to share my favourite movies with you guys, and maybe some of them we have in common. So let's begin. Now let's begin the top 10 list. At number 10 is Spectre. Now I know you're thinking this would probably be at most people's honourable mentions, but I actually had a lot of fun with this. Looking back at my review that I did for the movie, I don't seem that enthusiastic about it if you've seen the review, but the fact is, I really did enjoy this movie. I had a lot of fun with it. It's not what I expected it to be, which I expected it to be like at the quality of Casino Royale, but it's not, okay? It isn't, but it's still a fun movie, in my opinion, better than Skyfall. In my opinion, I think it's a lot more fun than Skyfall. It definitely has, in my opinion, a better villain, despite how long he appears in the movie. That doesn't really matter to me, but he is, in my opinion, better than the villain in Skyfall. And I'm not just saying that because it's Christoph Waltz. I'm saying that because he came across to me as a more interesting villain, I guess. At number 9 is AntMan. Now, I recently bought this yesterday on Blu-ray, Steelbook edition, very special. And watching it a second time, I just loved it even more because, this movie came out pretty much just after Avengers Age of Ultron, and Avengers Age of Ultron was a big, epic movie with so much action. And so for a Marvel movie that came out pretty much just after an Avengers movie, for it to be so small and insignificant, which is exactly the theme of this movie, it is just, it keeps the theme so well. It is such a small, it's a small movie. Nothing really big happens in this except for the climax of the movie, but leading up to it, nothing really big happens. It's just a build-up. It's a heist movie, and it's a pretty good heist movie in my opinion. So I love how it keeps that theme of keeping it small and insignificant, which is why it came as such a surprise to me, and which is why it's at number 9 of my top 10 list, because I absolutely love this movie. At number 8 is yet another spy espionage film. If you can guess what it is, then good for you. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Now let's just say I had a lot of fun with this movie. I only watched it once, but that was a while ago, so I've sort of forgotten it. I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray again, but the point is that I really had a lot of fun with this movie. It was pretty much Mission Impossible 4 all over again, but not with story, but with theme and the feeling of the movie, I guess. It was just such a fun movie to watch. I enjoyed seeing all the characters get together once more to fight such a, not really a great villain, but, in my opinion, not the best villain of the Mission Impossible franchise, but overall, it's just a fun movie. I can't stress that enough. So, if you like Mission Impossible, if you like spy espionage movies in general, you're going to enjoy that. So at number 7 is a movie that came as such a surprise to me, and every time I watched it, I loved it even more. Ex Machina. Now I noticed that this has been on a few people's, within the top 10 of a few people's lists, and it's, honestly, it should be. It is a really well-written movie with interesting characters and a build-up to such a climactic ending that is just, I wouldn't say it's Terminator, but, it comes pretty close to it. That probably counts as a spoiler. Oh no. Anyway, moving on. The point is that Ex Machina is a really, for me, I looked at it as this year's Gone Girl. Probably not as good as Gone Girl, but for me, it had a lot of surprises. It had a lot of things behind the curtain that get pulled that get pulled out of the curtain by the end of the movie, and I just loved it. It was such a surprising movie, and it's exactly what that is. It surprises you a lot. Now this, at number 6, is yet another surprising movie. I cannot believe how good this movie is, only because it came out, I think, in January or February. I think probably February, but this is a great movie. Kingsman: The Secret Service. This is just an amazing movie. This is so much fun. It's basically, as a lot of people have said, it's a love letter to the old James Bond movies with all the fancy gadgets and over-the-top villains with, you know, whatever. But seriously, this is such a movie that you can enjoy so much. I bought the movie on Blu-ray, as with most of the movies on this list, and I just loved it, every minute of it. It is just so much fun, especially that church scene. Holy crap, was that the most brutalist thing to watch ever. But so much fun. And I would go as far as saying that it is the James Bond movie that we didn't get this year. Not saying that Spectre is bad, but I'm just saying Spectre could have been as good as that. And the other thing, this movie just proves that you don't have to keep spy espionage movies grounded in reality. You don't have to make them dark and brooding for them to be good. They can be as crazy and as out there as any other one and be good. That's what this movie proves, and that's why I like it, and that's why it's at number 6. Now, at number 5 is a movie that I was just speechless at the end. This is an amazing movie. I suggest that you all watch this. If you're within the age limit, I suggest that you all watch this. This is an amazing movie. The Gift, at number 5, is just... I didn't know. When I watched this, I didn't know that it was directed by Joel Edgerton. I knew that he was in it, but I didn't know that he had directed it. So after watching it, I was amazed at how good this movie. But I was even more amazed when I went on IMDb to check the rating of the movie and found out that it was directed by Joel Edgerton. I am applauding you, Joel Edgerton. You did such a good job. I encourage you to keep going and make good movies like this. Like, seriously, I cannot wait to see his next film. Please, everyone, get a chance to watch this and enjoy it, because it is a movie that, one of those movies that has things behind the curtain or under the rug and then brings it out in front of the curtain for the whole audience to see. It's just the secrets and it's just a movie that basically is telling you the truth, that your past can catch up to you, and that you can't keep your secrets forever. And it's just a really good movie, really well written, directed, acted, everything. Now, at number 4 is a movie that truly made me sad to my core. At number 4 is Inside Out. Now, just because I said that it made me sad to my core doesn't mean that it's a bad movie. If it were, it wouldn't be at number 4 of my top 10 list. But it is such a good Disney Pixar movie. Basically, it's showing us, it's a movie about a girl on a journey through basically through puberty, and it's displayed through, I think, 4 or 5 different characters, each one resembling a emotion that we all have, like 5 basic emotions, and each character represents one of those emotions. And this is how Pixar is displaying basically a girl going through puberty, growing up. They don't really mention the word puberty in the movie, but if you're an adult, it's pretty obvious. But it displays it just displays it so well in a story that is told so well. And it's basically talking about how you basically, when you grow up from a kid, you're sort of losing a lot of the fun that you had. Your life is becoming less fun and more stressful. That's just what I took from this movie, and I'm pretty sure that's what the point of this was, is that life is sad and you tend to forget a lot of the things that you used to love as a child. And I completely understand that. I completely relate to that, because I'm going through that, right now. I'm 17. I'm going basically in the middle of that right now. And that's why it's at number 4 of my list, and I will always hold Inside Out very close to my heart. Anyway, at number 3 is a movie that surprised me possibly more than Kingsman. I expected this movie to be so bad and so crappy, but when I saw it, I was absolutely amazed. I was just in awe of how awesome this movie was. At number 3 is Creed. I will tell you one thing. The Rocky franchise has now been resurrected and revived. This is honestly such a good movie. All the characters are so well written. Sylvester Stallone bringing his all in his performance. This is such a great movie. Well written story. My favourite part of the whole movie is the punches, man. I just love the punches. When you're sitting there in the theatre, you can just feel those punches. This is a great boxing movie with great performances, especially from Sylvester Stallone, which I cannot mention enough because I'm just surprised at how good he was. And if you're a big fan of Rocky, you're gonna love this movie. But the good thing, the thing that I just loved about this movie even more was that this is a movie that keeps the old audience. It pulls the old audience, the old Rocky fans back, and they're gonna love it. But also people that aren't too fond or don't really know the Rocky franchise that much are gonna love this movie even more because it opens it up to a wider audience, and that's what I love about this movie. Now, as with most top 10 lists, it's the hardest bit is deciding between top 2 and top 1. It's deciding, the hardest bit is deciding which one goes where. Now, it took me a while, but when I decided it, I didn't even hesitate to put the first one at top 1. But we're not going there yet. We're going to the second one. And the second one is Mad Max Fury Road. This is one of the best action movies of the year, if not of all. This movie is so good, and I was so excited to see a movie that used practical effects. Seriously, the only thing that was CGI that I could honestly see, oh my gosh, that's CGI, was, if you've seen it, the big tornado scene, or big hurricane scene, I think, halfway through the movie, or quarter through the movie. Anyway, you know what I'm talking. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. That's the only thing that I could see. Oh my gosh, that's CGI. The rest of it was completely practical effects. There are probably more bits that were, CGI'd in, but the fact is that I couldn't tell because most of it was practical effects, and I cannot stress this enough. I am just getting excited talking about it. This is such a good action movie alone. Forget about the practical effects. The action is just amazing anyway. The characters are so interesting. Mad Max is back with practical effects. This is a movie that I've wanted to see. Can I just say, it is because of Mad Max Fury Road that I am now a fan of the Mad Max franchise, basically. It's because of Mad Max Fury Road that I went, I had never seen the original 3 Mad Max movies. The third one, not too good. First one, pretty good. Second one, up there with Mad Max Fury Road, in my opinion. These movies use practical effects to the limit, okay? Beyond the limit. These movies are just so good. I cannot stress it enough. I'm talking really fast, just watch it. Now, I'm pretty sure you all know what will be at the top. It's on my wall currently at the moment. Star Wars The Force Awakens is my top 1 movie of the year. This movie was, oh my gosh, man. I watched this movie 3 times. Once with my mum, as you guys would have known if you had seen my Star Wars The Force Awakens movie review. Twice by myself, and the third time with my father and my sister. But seriously, I just love this movie. I had so much fun. I was so pumped to see yet another protagonist come back to fight the dark side of the Force, and oh my gosh, I just loved every minute of it. I implore you guys to watch it. Any age limit, it doesn't matter what age you are, you can watch this. It's within the age limit from 0 to 100, so please watch it. I had so much fun with it. It melds special effects and practical effects even. I love it so much. It's so much fun. I was so pumped. I am just geeking out. I cannot express to you any better than what I am now at how fun I had with this movie. Now, I know I said that the Creed revived its franchise pretty well, and I did mention it with Mad Max, but Mad Max revived its franchise good as well. But seriously, in my opinion, Star Wars The Force Awakens revived its franchise better than any other comeback movie of a franchise this year. So yeah, it's just a movie with a great protagonist, a really good antagonist. If you don't know what they are, the protagonist is the hero, the antagonist is the villain. And seriously, both of them I just love. I love all the characters in this movie. I had a lot of fun with all the action and all the comedy, all the hints and references to the original trilogy. But seriously guys, I implore you, all of you, to watch all of these movies. But if you're outside the age limit, don't watch it. But if you are within the age limit of some of these movies, then watch it. I love all of these movies. I love all of them. I love all of you. So please, like and comment down below on this video. Subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, trailer reaction, random videos, and anything else that I might put on my channel, like short films or top 10 movies of the year. Goodbye, see you later, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.